before we go tonight, we do have time for a story or two in the red chair. So who's up first?
Oh.
Seriously? Seriously? OK, next one now. Hello!
Hello, Graham.
Hi, did I meet you outside earlier?
Don't think so.
No? OK. I like to think you'd remember. My name's in the show title. What are you going to see? I don't know. Just going this queue? I don't own a television. What's your name?
Paula.
Paula. Hello, Paula. And where are you from?
Islington.
Islington. And do you have a job, Paula?
Yeah, I'm a manager of a sheltered accommodation.
Oh, very good. All right. Doing good work. And off you go with the story.
Right, so years ago I had 4 kids under the age of 7 and my husband, who was quite lazy, had joined a Sunday football league team thing. Anyway, I used to come home every Sunday, 3 sheets to the wind, sit on the set, eat, where's me dinner? So I'd give him his dinner, and then he'd fall asleep. And I just thought, you know what, I've really had enough of this. So I'd come home and I waited for him to fall asleep and I'd make up some gravy and I'd flick it on his shirt. And then he'd wake up and he'd say, where's my dinner? I said, you've had it, look, it's down there. That was all right for a while. Anyway, he went on to join the summer league, and it was a really hot summer, so he used to come home, strip off to his boxers, and fall asleep on the settee. So I couldn't do the gravy thing anymore, which really annoyed me. And I was hoovering one day, it was really hot, the kids were screaming, I was doing the washing, and it was all manic, and I was just thought, oh, I'm so fed up with him. And as I looked round, he had those boxer shorts on with the little buttons, and his little chappie was just pointing out a little bit. And this thing said to me, take the pole off the hoover. And I went over, I pulled his pants aside, and I went to go, and I thought, no, no, don't do it. And before I could get away, it just lifted out and went... He shut up and went, what was that? Well, I ran in the bathroom, and all I could think to shout back was, the best blowjob you'll ever have.
You more. You more. Best story ever. Look at that. The choir are clapping. The choir are applauding. Paula. Hateful Eight. Everyone says that making a Tarantino movie isn't like making anything else. So now he's not here. We
can talk about it.
Yeah. What does that mean? Is it a good thing? It's not like anything else?
You know, it's funny. I've heard a lot about him, and his people talk about his mercurial way or what. I don't know. I love the guy. I just think he's great. I think his heart's in it. I wish every actor could work with him.
Cheers for that.
Everything. All I can say is come prepared to give everything you can think of, and if you come ready to play, you're going to have the time of your life. If you're not ready to play, or if you're lazy, or if it doesn't click or doesn't mean that much to you, then it's not going to work.
But he has rules on set, doesn't he?
Yeah, just a couple. I mean, one of them is that you can't bring any device you can turn on or off, which I think is great. I mean, you're there to work. I don't think you should have anything there.
Yeah.
The other one's a little rougher. The other one is tougher on me because I grew up sleeping on sets, so when I hear people working, I like to slump down in the chair and take a nap. And as you get older, you like to take more and more naps. Mm-hmm. And he won't allow sleeping on his set. So if anybody's caught sleeping, one of his rules is that they will slide in and put Big Jerry next to your face and take a picture of you with Big Jerry and put you on the wall.
And what is Big Jerry?
Big Jerry is a dildo that's about that big. Purple.
Purple. It's a purple dildo.
Big purple dildo.
I don't know where it. Can you turn Big Jerry on and off?
You know what? I just said. Sometimes I get tired and I say, "Bring me Big Jerry." I'm gonna
I don't know where we got this picture. There's a picture from Inglourious Basterds of Brad Pitt with Big Jerry.
Could be. There you go.
Jerry is big, I'll give you that. Now, because Tina, you started directing. You started as a director quite young. Was it in school or summer camp?
No, I'm not really a director, but when I was I was in community theater in my town, and I would be like the assistant to the director in this little town theater, and mostly just leveraged it to like sabotage girls that I was jealous of. Like there was a girl who like was dating the boy that I loved, and I would just be like, I don't think she's right for this. Like, it's like really just like the worst behavior you've ever seen at such a low level. Such a like low stakes sabotage.
Well done, you though.
Yeah, I did it. I nailed it.
And when when you became head writer on Saturday Night Live, though, then you did have to deal with kind of big stars' egos and stuff.
Yeah. Have you hosted?
Nope.
You've never done it?
Nope.
Maybe for this you should do it.
Nope.
Why? You would have so much fun.
I'm just one of those people that you're better off without me.
No, I doubt it. I think. Yeah. But you do. You have all these big stars come through every week, but you do sort of realize that even though they're Oscar winners, big stars, like they're kind of nervous and they just want.
They want it to be good.
They want it to be good, and they want you to tell them. They want you to just tell me how to do it. And I sort of got pranked my very first show there, and I was like 27 years old. And my first show, the host was Sylvester Stallone, which is a big. That's like Kurt, that's like a movie star, right?
No, I've heard of him.
Yeah. So. And we were doing some sketch, and then I was like assigned to help out and be a helper on this sketch, and they were like, they just pranked me because they were like, you need to go into his dressing room and tell him we can't understand anything that he's saying. Okay. And he was so sweet about it, and it was also so sweet because he was like clearly like not the first time he'd gotten that note. He was like, oh, you can't understand me, all right. I was trying to enunciate more, but he was so nice, and everyone just wants to do a good job.
The thing I must ask you about, because when your co-stars were here for Monuments Men, Matt Damon...
Oh, my God, that show.
Oh, there they are.
Yeah, he talked about how mean you were to him on set. Yeah. So, you didn't torture these people?
Not
No.
nothing we know about so far.
Don't go to your hotel room.
Because famously, you have this ongoing thing with Brad Pitt. So
I've done some terrible things to Brad. Wait, Brad's done some terrible things to me, too.
So how did it start?
I don't remember how. We were doing Ocean's 11, I think it was the first one. And I don't remember what it was. I think initially, one of my favorite things is to get those things that go around your license plate or a bumper sticker, because you never go to the back of your car and look, and put it on people's cars because it's funny and they can ride around, with some horrible, embarrassing bumper sticker. And I found a bumper sticker in the shape of a pot plant that said cops. I put it on the back of his car because I figured there's no way you don't get pulled over. I mean, there's no way. And he got pulled over. And then he went on, I think, Letterman and said, Letterman asked him when he and Angie would get married, and he said, when George can legally marry in the United States. He didn't want to... And it just kept going back and forth with that for a while. And then it was, I had stationery made up with his name, and then I would send letters to other actors from Brad Pitt. I sent Meryl Streep a letter from Brad where I got a big thing of CDs that had, it was a dialect coach. And he had like every dialect, Gaelic, Yiddish, every dialect you could possibly, and this huge thing. And I sent it to her with a note from Brad that said, I hear you're going to be doing the Iron Lady soon. This guy helped me with my dialect in Troy or something ridiculous. Here, I thought maybe this would help. And I sent it to Meryl, and she's very confused. And I sent letters to lots and lots of people from Brad.
And is that you don't tell either of them?
I don't tell either, no. I later, like a year or 2 years later, I let them know, and then they're like, are you kidding me? I'm doing one now that I can't tell you about, but in a year you're going to hear that I've been arrested. I'm not kidding, because I think I've crossed the line.
Oh, no. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's exciting. I have a wife, she's a barrister, I'll be fine.
Hiya.
Hi, what's your name?
Matt.
Matt, and where are you from, Matt?
I'm from Cambridgeshire.
Cambridgeshire, okay. Do you live here or up in Cambridgeshire?
No, just up for the day.
Oh,
visiting.
up for the day?
Up for this, yeah.
The excitement. And, all right, off you go with the story.
Well, a few years ago, I went on a holiday with a couple of friends to Crete. Extremely hot. On the first day, I forgot to take my sunscreen to the beach. So my mate had this huge budget, cheap, family-sized packet of sun cream. So I asked him, could I borrow it? And he told me no, because he'd require it for the rest of the holiday. So I spent the whole day in the shade. So that evening in the apartment, his budget sun cream was on the bathroom cabinet. So I went to the kitchen, took a fork, took the little plastic bung out, and I peed in it. For revenge. So I put the bung back in, put it back in the shelf. In the rest of the holiday, there was Slough and his sun cream in, doing this all week long. And I told everyone at the pub when I got home, and everyone said what a lovely golden tan he'd got.
Sorry. There's a punchline and everything. Yeah, you more. Go on. So, Zach, when you kind of made it big with Scrubs and sort of proper cash was coming in,
right,
you went a bit car crazy too, didn't you?
Well, I was the kid with the car pictures on my wall. I always loved cars, and so the first thing I did when I had made a little cash was get a beautiful Porsche that I had always dreamed of. And the car was brand new, and my friend, who played Donald Faison, who played Turk on the show Scrubs, thought it would be funny to play a practical joke on me. And there's this show called Punk'd. Do you have Punk'd here?
We did. Yeah.
Well, they got me really horribly bad. It's the thing's like 3 days off the lot, and I was going to a liquor store with him. It was all set up, hidden cameras. I didn't know, obviously. And some teenagers asked us to buy them booze, because you know you can't drink till you're 21 in the States. And I was like, no, we're not going to buy you booze. I'm not going to be responsible for you guys getting hammered. And when we came out of the liquor store, the brand new car appeared, from my perspective, to be completely covered with graffiti, and the kids were just finishing doing it. Wow. Like ruined. Wow. And the whole thing had been choreographed with the hidden cameras and such that I wouldn't be able to catch the little... But I caught him. I started just pummeling. And I couldn't see from my perspective because my adrenaline was so pumping that he looks up and he's like a little boy. and I stopped because I didn't realize he was so young. And of course, they edited that whole bit out because they don't really want you beating up children on it. But no, they got me really bad.
Really bad. What is the hold that the Spice Girls have over you? Is this real?
Yes, it's real. And I just feel like I've been talking more about the Spice Girls on this press tour than I have about the movie.
That's because you wept. You wept in Australia.
I know, I wept.
Did you really weep?
I really did.
But now, which one was talking to you?
Mel B.
And was she really talking to you, or was it a message?
No, it was a video message on an iPad.
And that made you cry?
Yes.
What, were you jet-lagged?
Yes. But I also, you do understand, because we're in the UK.
Yeah.
I was a fiend. I was obsessed with the Spice Girls. And they taught me about girl power. And I love them. I think they're fantastic. And
What's the song?
There's so many, Jamie. There's so many.
No.
Spice up your life.
Every boy and every girl.
Spice up your life.
No.
Hey!
There's so many, and they're so fantastic. And today on the radio, Mel C talked to me over Skype.
Oh, wow.
So it's really very exciting.
Okay, now, who would you say is your favorite Spice Girl?
Emma Bunton, Baby Spice.
She's your favorite.
She's my favorite.
Who's next?
Don't do that.
Just a question.
All of the other four.
So Emma Bunton.
Well, Emma Bunton was the one that I had blonde hair and bangs, and my name obviously is now Emma. My name was Emily, but it was taken when I became an actor. And so now it's Emma. And yeah, I love...
So get me this. So one gave you a video message and one talked to you on Skype.
Yes.
But you're telling me you've never met a Spice Girl?
Are you gonna do something right
Have you
now?
never met a Spice Girl?
Are you gonna do something really?
Have you never met a Spice Girl?
Wait, hold on. I have to mentally prepare myself.
Have you never met a Spice Girl?
Not in the flesh.
Okay. Now, as you know, Emma, it is very rare. It is very rare for more than one Spice Girl to appear together for any reason at all. So, they're not here. We tried! We tried. Emma Bunton's on holidays.
Just forget it.
No, honestly.
Just forget it.
Jerry Halliwell's phone is disconnected. I rang her, and it was like, this number is no longer in use.
Hilarious.
All right.
You'll meet them.
Someday.
Yeah.
I really did.
Hello, nice lady.
Hello.
Hi, what's your name?
Yasmin.
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 Yeah, Yasmin.
Hello, Will.
Yeah, hey, Yas, what's up, baby?
Okay, yes, off you go with your story.
Okay, so basically, I was supposed to be meeting my friend for lunch at Oxford Street, and we decided that we'd meet in front of Topshop, and then we'd go for lunch.
Lovely plan, yeah.
So basically, I was a bit early, so I was like, okay, I'll have a browse in Topshop. So I had a bit of a browse, and I saw this girl who looked exactly like my mate, like same jacket, same hair, same everything. So I was like, right, okay, I'm gonna play a prank on her. So I went up behind her, grabbed her bag, and goes, "Give me your bag, bitch, give me your bag." She turns around, I was laughing, like, and then she was like, "Get off me, who's this person? Please help me, help me." And then, because I was near the entrance, two security guards start coming through. Grab me, and they're like, "What's going on?" And they're like, "Please come with us." I had to sit in a room and watch back CCTV footage of me grabbing to random. Yeah, I've never been back since.
That's a great story. You can walk, lady. Yasmin can walk. Can she? Paul Rudd, in the Ant-Man movie, you went to extraordinary lengths to amuse yourself. Or were you trying to amuse other people or just yourself? Actually, this is quite close to that.
Yeah, I think this is a perfect segue.
What did you do?
Well, I was working opposite Michael Douglas in Ant-Man, and you know, he's a legend, and I could never completely relax in front of him, even though he was very nice and cordial and sweet, and finally it was his last day of shooting, and I thought, I want to be buddy-buddy with the guy. I want him to think that I'm cool, and I thought it would be funny if, while it was on his close-up, I could somehow recreate that scene from Basic Instinct. Sitting across from him, so I didn't tell him, but I also didn't tell anybody. And before, you know, we filmed the scene, I unzipped my jeans and, you know...
Unfurled?
Unfurled, yeah. Not much about unfurling, but I unfurled, technically, and I sat down. I guess I didn't really take into account when I'm sitting in a chair, everything kind of like my boxer shorts, everything kind of... So, while he's doing his scene, I'm trying to re-unfurl while holding my T-shirt over everything so that he wouldn't see it. And as I'm doing it, he's saying his line, and it looked as if I was doing exactly what Martin says he would never do on set.
Oh, God. You picked option D.
As I'm trying to uncross my legs and it's like trying to... And he's such a pro. He didn't stop his monologue. Flicked his eyes down real quick, looked back at me, and then just finally stopped in the middle and said, "What are you, a pervert?" And in that moment, I thought, this didn't play out as I had anticipated. And then
you sexually assaulted Michael Douglas.
I did. And it was the whole thing just kind of, you know, blew up in my face. I guess it did.
What did your dad do?
My dad was, you know, he was a big practical joker, and he's my idol. And he had a tire company, and he would prank all his workers. He would make them laxative milkshakes and send them letters from the VD clinic. But it was just a rubber stamp VD clinic and saying they had contracted a venereal disease. You have to list your last 10 partners. Signed, Dr. Harlan C. Titmore. There was almost a couple of divorces over that horrible letter.
But the thing he did to you, though, that...
Oh, right. I was I was graduating high school, and I was sleeping on the couch, and I felt something go right through my lips, and I look up, and Dad acts like he's zipping his pants. He would take a hot dog and heat it like 10 seconds in the microwave to get it lukewarm. And then he would just laugh, and like he was his own biggest fan. He would laugh.
That is a funny thing to do.
Yeah.
Because your mother, I mean, she, again, it's one of the, how do we follow that? But your mother, she... Yeah. So, Mrs. Tate is watching at home going, I've never done anything like that. But she's a funny woman.
My mum is funny. Well, I mean, I don't know if this is funny. I think it's possibly neglectful. But when I was little, in an argument, I threw something at my mum, which is obviously terrible, and I ran away. I ran out of the room. And when I came back into the room, my mum was lying on the floor. And as I came closer, clearly I'd cut her head. Or was it tomato ketchup? She got ketchup on her head to learn me a lesson. But when I told her today, I said, I'm coming on to the Graham Norton show, and she said, well, I hope you... And the last time I was on here with Jimmy Carr and 50 Cent. And she said to me, well, I hope your language is better than it was last time, because I swore, you know, forgive me. And she said, you said the F word, and that rapping boy sitting next to you looked disgusted.
She's obviously not that familiar with 50 Cent's work.
That's what I said.
Hi. Hello, what's your name?
Jason.
Jason, lovely. And where are you from, Jason?
I'm from America.
OK, keeping that quite vague. He's on the run from the police. Do you live here, Jason?
Yeah, for about 5 months I'm living in London.
OK, what do you do here?
I'm dating a French girl.
Busy. All right, off you go with your story, Jason.
And I want to apologize to her because this story's about my ex-girlfriend, so let me start.
So, what, not the French girl?
Yeah, sorry.
OK, but you went out with someone else.
She's in the audience. She's in the audience, so sorry.
Who, the French girl or the ex?
Yeah.
The French girl?
The French girl.
Bonjour.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my ex and I had this tradition where we would joke with each other, where one of us would sneak up behind the other, and one of us would stick our hand between the other's legs and swipe up really quick, and then yell, credit card accepted. And, so, yeah.
Who's that girl in the beret leaving?
So one time, we were at the grocery store, and I ran up behind her, and I stuck my hand between her legs and swiped up, and I said, credit card accepted, and she turned around, and it wasn't my girlfriend. She started screaming, what are you doing? And we had this kind of back and forth before she stormed off. And then my ex strolled over to me, shaking her head, and she said, credit card denied.
That's not bad. Yeah. Can we let him walk? Michael says walk. You can walk, Jason. Walk. Very good.
Can I add, he's also very annoying.
No, it's
like an annoying older brother. That's what he's
no, because what's really funny is like Naomi is so serious and she's so focused on set that she never sees the practical joke coming, right? Like she never sees. Like I did, you know, I had a thing where I had a little bit of a injury. It's called dog jaw. I don't know. Have you ever?
I don't think I have.
Here, feel it.
Oh! I'm with you, Naomi. Really annoying.
I'm sorry. Every time it's stuff I would get her with all the time.
Really. No, the other thing, though, you weren't always from because what was the other thing he used to tease you about on set?
Oh, yeah, because I stupidly never show weakness to Will. So I told him this story about one of the first movies that I ever did, where I got dressed up for the premiere and, you know, went with my family and friends to this premiere, and the movie started, and my part came on, but it wasn't me. I had been replaced by another actress. See, now the audience has sympathised. Will, on the other hand...
I was crying. I thought that was the funniest crap I ever heard. No, because she brought her family. At the screening, and she took pictures.
You did the red carpet and everything.
I did the red carpet. I did all the interviews, everything. No one told me.
For this movie, I was like, the director, David Frankel, I was like, dude, you have to do a cut where she's not in it. You have to cut her out. And we have to invite her family and show her the one that she's in.
So you're making this film, which is romantic. It is very sad. But you did keep things kind of light on set.
We tried, yes.
Yes.
First of all, I planted a fart machine in his wheelchair, but that only got... you could see it, basically. It wasn't very good.
Boo. That's a great one, though.
But is it,
Planting
yeah.
the fart machine.
Yes, I put it in show.
I'm a big fan of that one.
Good. Yay. Totally
carry
brilliant.
One with me to sets, too.
Yeah, exactly.
You know where it's good is like if it's a scene in the kitchen
Yeah.
and they have the range hood, you know, the big metal hood. You stick it up in there with tape, and when someone's at the stove cooking, you get it really echoes. That's great.
I'm going to borrow that. I'm going to borrow that.
But in terms of sort of prank stories on the sofa, I doubt anyone can top Kate Beckinsale's. This is such a genius prank, and I sort of hate asking you to tell it because I would so like to do it to someone,
Yes.
and this will spoil it. Go.
Okay. It was a very impromptu one, because I'd been... If somebody falls asleep next to me, it's dangerous, because I like to glue beards to them or draw tattoos or whatever it is, Pirates of the Caribbean beard, all that. And I'd run out of things like that. And yet I was still after the rush of doing it. So I got into bed, and I think I'd got a little, you know, one of those chocolates that you get by the bed.
Oh, yeah, in a hotel.
And I thought, how funny would it be if I just tucked it in between the person's buttocks while they were asleep? and it was really funny. Because...
Isn't that so good? It's so good.
Yeah, I was trying to, and it just sort of came very organically. My eyes fell on the chocolate, and I kind of did that. I see the sleeping bottom here. And then I thought, I'm just going to do it. And I tucked it in. And I thought maybe I'd get in trouble in the morning. But it was a very fortuitous day, because this was the morning where the person was in a terrible rush and just went straight into the pants and the trousers and straight to work. Which didn't normally happen. So halfway through the day at work, there was the... and then a kind of a bit of a scuttle backwards to the loo. And then the horror. I've done this without even feeling it.
That is so horrible. It smells so minty.
I didn't know it was going to go that far. I thought it was just going to be the morning, but it just sort of unfurled so well.
Who was it? Just sleeping next? That's surely a friend of some description.
Yes. It wasn't just someone I didn't know.
No. You see how? Did you feel bad?
No, I was absolutely
thrilled. Did you not like them?
No, I loved them dearly, but I had thought...
Loved them dearly?
I loved them dearly, but I thought I was going to have the thing in the morning of, oh, Kate, you've put chocolate in my bottom.
How big was the piece of chocolate?
It wasn't a Toblerone. It was... That would be me.
Was it fruit and nuts?
No, it wasn't anything like that.
Just for the persons, did other people notice the
You're
stain?
very disturbed by this.
I am.
It wasn't up it. It was just...
No, I know. But it was only for their benefit of their it was their shock, not others who were behind them to see the results of their...
No, because they had on trousers and pants.
But it might have been nuzzled up the top.
No, because I placed it very carefully, centrally.
Centrally? Central placement?
Central placement. You don't want it to fall out in the night. Or anything. Anyway, the thing about chocolate is, in the night, between a pair of buttocks, it's going to just sort of soften up.
Yeah.
You know, so it's
Was
not...
it nutty?
No! What's the matter with him?
What's the matter with me?
Dominic...
I've been stuffing
Dominic, have you yourself and now you're thinking, maybe somebody shoved some chocolate in my ass? Hello.
Hi. Hi, Jimmy. Do you remember me? I've been on stage.
Hello, how are you? Where did I meet you?
We're at High Wycombe, and we have a double act called Denise Carr, because my name's Denise Carr. So, yeah.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Is this your story?
No.
I'm saying it's piss poor so far. Right, Danica, what do you do, Danica?
I'm a student.
What do you study? Religion.
Religion.
Again, Not an answer I was expecting.
She may find why her boobies grew.
Oh,
Leave them alone.
Okay, Danica, student of religion, delight us with your tale.
Prince Philip came to my school and I was sat right in the front row next to the stairs that he was going to go up. So I thought, right, I'll touch him when he comes past. Just like say I touched him. And as he walked past me, I put my hand out and he stamped at me and was like, move. I didn't get to touch him, really.
Is that the end of that story? Okay. I quite enjoyed that story. Oh. Do you remember her now?
You know what? When she flipped back in her legs, I recognise her. I have met her, yeah.
When you were young, you must have been good because you gave an amazing performance to, was it your sister? Were you 8 or something?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
This is good. This is, I don't know how you did.
This is nasty, is what it is.
It's nasty, but it's good.
When I was 8 years old, we were playing hide and seek, and I went up to the top flat at the house, and I hid in a cupboard. My sister caught me like that. Joy, if you're watching, I love you loads. And I was really annoyed that she caught me. And I was quite nasty to my sister when we were younger. We're not anymore. And she opened the door and went, I've caught you, you're it. I went, no, I'm not. And she went, what do you mean, I've caught you? I says, no, you haven't. What you've actually found is James's spirit. James is dead. James died, and I'm his spirit, and I'm here to tell you that you haven't found me. And anyway, she ran away crying. I know, boo, you must boo. And anyway, she ran downstairs and told my grandmother that James was dead. And my grandmother came upstairs, like, breaking her heart, really, really upset. And then she saw me standing at the top of the stairs with a big kind of shit-eating grin on my face. And I think she took her high-heel shoe off and threw it at me. And started calling me, and yeah, I was in deep shit for quite a while after that.
Yeah. But you turned it into a career. So
I turned it into a career, yeah. And I've died in a lot of things. So, yeah, I'm glad I got that early practicing.